This is Kirby Master, and you are watching part 5 of my Metroid Fusion Any tutorial. Alright, so to recap, we left off getting Space Jump after Yakuza, and we are trying to bring back the power of the main deck of the space station. Now, if you saw the ending of my part, you saw I was getting a speed boost in this room, so let's replicate that really quickly. So let's pretend that I just came around the bottom of this room, and I just climb up the ledge here. Now just start running. And just keep running. And jump here. Shine Sparking here is slow. Do not Shine Spark here. Be sure to get the red X here, because this is the one boss where having missiles is the most helpful in any percent. I don't quite remember the exact counted number of missiles you have, but I remember that if you have 40, you have barely enough missiles to spam them until you're around 5, and then you have to start using Charge Beam, with like alternating between Charge Beam and missiles. So the idea behind the fight coming up is Natori, the plant that gives you Plasma Beam. When you enter the room, you want to plant a Power Bomb immediately, and land on the middle of the pit blocks. So there's two strategies you can do. One thing is you can just crouch here. The pollen will not hit you. You can just stand here, right? And then you can start spamming missiles to your heart's content. And at any percent run, so you want to like put down power bombs every now and then, because the power bombs does a little bit more than one missile of damage, I believe, and it'll help save like one extra charge beam that you have to do if you don't have that many missiles. But the other strategy here is, let me set up a power bomb really quickly. You can stand here. If you stand in this spot, the left plant will not shoot any pollen at you. So, and you can stand here safely and spam missiles. Now, if you are running low on missiles, the best thing you want to do is do this. If you're running low on missiles, just wide beam and missiles. But obviously, I have a lot of missiles, so you just want to spam it. Just keep spamming missiles non-stop. Now, when it shoots down on the bottom, just do like a short hop and shoot some missiles to the top. So, something that's important to note. When you shoot a missile from your standing position, you will hit it, no matter what. The plasma beam shots cannot block it. So you only want to like shoot from a short hop if you're hopping over the bottom laser. And if you're crouching under a short laser, you don't want to shoot more than one missile at the bottom. Because something important to note in this game is that there can only be 2 missiles on the screen at once. So if you take 2 missiles like that, I can't fire anymore for an extra second or 2 until the missiles that tinked off of it disappear from the screen. So, yeah. You want to only like fire 1 missile every time you have to dodge something. And if you use a missile route where you don't have that many, missiles, it's really important to have full health. Because, as I mentioned in Sector 1 all the way back, you are guaranteed to get missile drops if you are at full health. And if you only have like 35 or 40 missile tanks, aka the optimized route, you really need to have full health, or else you're not going to get the missile drops you need, since you will be out of missiles after finishing off this boss. But if you have a lot of missiles, you probably don't have to worry about it. For the most part, this guy takes 5 hits to kill. The sweet spot is right here. Oh, I was a little bit early, but the sweet spot is at the middle of that pillar. Now I've got the plasma beam. This is something to note. This is the point in the game where like your flare is kind of useless now. I mean, it's nice to have the extra damage, but for the most part, your plasma beam is really powerful. It almost completely outclasses your missiles. Because the plasma beam and the wave beam and ice beam, the upgrades later on, it deals damage for every frame it travels inside an enemy. This is most important for Ridley and SAX. Now, unfortunately, against enemies where it doesn't go through, it doesn't really do much damage. This includes Nightmare and Box. So you want to charge your beam through this room and release it during tour transition so you can kill those key hunters. By the way, the key hunters are extremely dangerous. They can kill 1% runs, because their stinger attacks deal more than 100 damage. So you just go back through the room. Just follow what I did there. As I mentioned, I think the plasma beam does less damage than the wide beam if it only hits for 1 frame. AKA, as I mentioned, Nightmare and Box. But, so that's the bad part of the plasma beam. Which, by the way, there is an infamous boss coming up where the plasma beam only damages, it doesn't really damage it much. At least in the notorious phase where you have to shoot its face. Alright. So remember in my second visit to Sector 5 where I was getting power bombs. I did a Shine Spark at the start. The best thing to do is do that exact same Shine Spark. You want to do this exactly the same thing. Except this time, since Nightmare was kind enough to destroy one of the biggest streams of Sector 5, you can Shine Spark across the entirety of Sector 5. And it's a very nice Shine Spark to do. It's very satisfying to get. Now because I've already shown off how to do that Shine Spark, it's literally exactly the same thing as your second visit. It's the same thing as the second visit to Sector 5 when you get power bombs. I missed it right there, but I was not going to do it anyways. If you miss that Shine Spark, what you want to do is just go through here, start here, spam your beam, pause buffer, and Shine Spark here. That's a good backup strategy you can do. And you'll still Shine Spark across a significant length of the area. Now, okay, you saw what I just did there. After I kill that guy, you want to just hold B, just hold right and B. When you fall off the sledge, flip so you can pseudo screw attack the first guy, and just spam the beam to kill the second guy before he can shoot you. Now, as you go through this room, just fire down repeatedly. Now here you want to spam your charge beam. And just pray, basically you have to pray that that space pirate right there does not snipe you. Unfortunately he did. And that wastes a bit of time. Alright, now charge your plasma beam and prepare to shoot diagonally up right here. Jump between these two guys. Be careful, they do a lot of damage. And this one of the hardest fights is coming up. So the save station is here if you want to safety save in a race. So you can save, and this is a nice save spot because it's literally right before the boss. Aim diagonally down, shoot up like that, and jump up here. Get the eye door. Personally, I think Nightmare is overrated in terms of difficulty, but a lot of people find him very difficult. Now, if you want more safety E-tanks, you can get this E-tank right here. The safe way to get it is to bomb that up there, and just fall through here. The faster way to get it, which is the 100% strat, is to unmorph right after the second pit block and grab it like that. I mean, if you're ever interested in doing 1% down the road, you feel free to learn this technique if you want to grab the safety E-tank. It's also one of the better E-tanks to get in the game because it is very cheap. Relatively cheap. Now we have Nightmare coming up. If you have a lot of health, if you have at least 2 E-tanks, you should be okay to be aggressive to it. This is a fight that's really hard to explain. It's a fight that just comes down to experience, more so than Yakuza's space jumping phase. But the first 2 phases of Nightmare are very straightforward. So just stand here, charge your beam, aim up, shoot your charge beam and your missile, like that. And you can immediately enter the second phase. Now you just shoot your charge beam and missiles, like that. You have to be close for the missile to hit because, due to the gravity, your missile will fall down instantly. I normally don't do this badly, but basically, ideally, during the second phase, the high gravity phase, you want to end the phase with 3 shots, and the missiles help for ending it quickly. Now, after the second phase, you want to go here. Get ready to spam all your missiles. And spam missiles. If you can take hits, feel free to take a hit to sneak in some extra missiles. Which I will, right here. And this is a fight that I cannot explain anymore, because this is just something that takes experience. But the idea is you want to be able to learn how to manipulate Nightmare's pattern, such that he'll stop after going around the room exactly once. If you don't know how to make him stop, you'll have to just practice it, and just learn how the Nightmare moves and chases you. It's not exactly random, but it kinda is. But you can manipulate how Nightmare moves and make him stop immediately, given enough experience with the fight. And what else was I gonna say? And ideally, yes, you should be able to finish him with 2 volleys of missiles. If you have only 40 missiles, that's more than enough to finish him. If you have more than that, that's plenty. And now we're gonna go for some double ice missiles. I missed that. That one was a bit too late. And I've hit it with 5 missiles, so I only need to sweet spot it here. And I got a good sweet spot. So that's Nightmare right there. The key is practice. I make it look easy. It's not the easiest boss to practice. You just have to practice it over and over and over again and know how it moves. So now, speed boost through this room. And shine spark through the door like this. Shoot some charged plasma beam shots. Pray that this pirate does not snipe you. Unfortunately, he did. Screw you. And now just speed boost through here. Now, there's going to be a technique I'm going to use called a space boost. A space boost is one of the hardest techniques to do in the game because there's so much going on. There's so many buttons. There's a lot of things going on that you have to do to be able to space boost through doors. The basic idea is basically just space jump while you speed boost. It sounds easy. It's not. I'm going to go over some of the facts of space boosting right now while I'm paused. You can bump your head on ceilings from below. You will not stop your space boost if you bump your head on the ceiling. So feel free to jump as high as you want, as long as you're not going to clip a wall into a corner or a wall. Now, remember what I said, that while charging your beam, if you press R during a flip jump, you release your beam without breaking on every flip. This is most important for space boosts, because this is the only way to open doors while space boosting without losing your space boost. So you have to press R while charging your beam. So in order to open doors, you have to press R while holding B the entire time. Time your R presses, while at the same time timing your space boost such that you don't bump into a wall. The one coming up is very easy. Relatively easy. Just jump at the top of the hill here. Here, press R, and jump again. And you'll be able to space boost across like that. That's one of the easiest space boosts to do in the game. Charge your beam again so you can pseudo screw attack one of the fishes. Get ready to power bomb right here. And go climb through here. Now, you want to start from this right wall to make this next trick easier. There's a few bomb blocks that you have to normally bomb. That takes time. So you can just jump through it while speed boosting. This is a hardest time to jump though. So if you just jump the moment, if you just tap A the moment you start speed boosting, you can destroy one of the bomb blocks without having to wait for a bomb. I didn't know that this bomb block came back, so I have to bomb it again, but whatever. Now, power bomb here. Don't worry about these guys too much. Power bomb as soon as possible. Bomb this. And just climb through. And unlock the level 4 doors. Now, there's something you can do called a secret message, where you go around with this shine spark and skip having to get diffusion missiles. It's actually slower to do a secret message. And if you do the secret message, the game forces you to grab diffusion missiles anyways. So you want to just go through this area just the normal way. Charge your beam, because there's a pirate coming up. Kill it. Kill the pirate here. I suck. Shoot diagonally up, and freeze the seahorse guy. To freeze that guy, you have to shoot his belly. If you miss, you have to shoot his belly. If you miss it, don't worry about it, just jump around it. If you freeze it, great. Use it as a stepping platform to high jump off of. Because again, high jumps are better than space jumps for height. Shoot that, climb through. Sometimes you'll have to wait for this guy to shoot like one of those disc projectile thingies. If so, just wait inside the morph ball tunnel. Make sure you fire your ice missile from back here, or else that bug will lift its spike ball up. Now, this part of the game is a little bit difficult. You need to start running from here. You need to do a Shine Charge and a Shine Spark, basically, to bypass going below. You want to pause buffer. So I've paused right now. The reason you need to pause buffer is because you need to speed boost through the crab that's at the corner. If you Shine Charge too early, you have to deal with that crab. You probably have to freeze it. It might even shoot you as you Shine Charge, and you lost it, and you lose a lot of time. So you want to hold down, jump, spark through, roll through, and then upcoming here, Shine Spark up right here. Very difficult, but saves a lot of time. If you don't get the second Shine Spark, that's not a big deal. The second Shine Spark doesn't save Shine Spark. It doesn't save that much time. The important thing is you Shine Spark through the vine, because if you do that, then you skip having to go all the way around the hall, which is the important thing. The second Shine Spark up the vertical room is just a bonus. Now, remember that I said that when you charge your beam going through a door, the charge beam is fully charged? The same applies for diffusion missiles. So if you just hold R while going through a door, it's already charged. So you can immediately shoot it and then roll through like that. Alright. Now we're going to head up to Sector 6. Alright, so we're getting close to the end of the game. And we're going to have to fight Box 2. Which is much more, significantly more difficult than Box 1. But I'll go over the facts about Box 2 when I get to the boss. Alright. But for now, I'm going to cut this off here and save right here. So the next part of the tutorial will be the last part as we're approaching the very end of the game. So thank you for watching.